So we're on the 3rd of January now, early hours of 3rd of January, and I realise I've not done a New Year's message, so this is my New Year's message. Disclaimer, I swear a lot. These are my opinions, nobody else's opinions. Do not take anything that I say as fact. Opinion. I'm the opinions girl, right? With that having been said. So we're setting out in 2022. I remember the end of 2019. I was so glad to see the back of 2019. It was the year that took my mother. On the 11th of January 2019, I lost my mother, and I'm not allowed to say how she died. My opinion on how she died, because it's medical misinformation. I know what killed her, right? Okay. And so I was so glad to see the back of 2019 and welcome in 2020. Hello! What a twat I was with that one, because 2020, actually, I quite enjoyed 2020. My daughter did too. Like, it wasn't like apocalyptic end times thing. You know, like it was crazy nut job Bob stuff. But we're crazy nut job Bob people. So, like, it was everything in our lives in 2020 was quite good. I saw in the birth of my grandson, which was lovely. And, you know, like, so we were really quite happy. It was a lovely year for us, not for everybody else. 2021, however, was, again, shit. It's like we were told we were in a deadly in 2020. 2021 is where we started to see the deaths, let's face it. One of them was my brother. And this year I start out, I've got about just over 2 weeks until we bury him and whatever. And so since November, because he had to go for an autopsy and stuff like that, because it was a wrongful death. And yeah, so once we've buried him, God knows what's going to happen after that, because somebody needs to be held to account, because when somebody makes wrongful death, surely they should be held accountable for that, but we'll see, right? So it's like 2021, when I left 2021, when I left 2020, it was like we'd got Scooter, if you please. Fuck 2020! 2021 was worse than 2020, in my personal opinion, and in the opinion of a lot of people that I know. We saw football players dropping dead on the pitch, or just having to quit their careers with heart problems. We saw people dropping like flies in 2021. 2022, oh mate, I am not. I refused to say goodbye to 21 and say, come on 2020, we've got this is our year and all of that fandango, because it's not going to be a good year. I can't see how it can possibly be a good year. Do you know what I mean? Betty White was telling us something, mate. She's like, I'm done with 21, mate. You guys got 22 on your own. Do you know what I mean? So I'm not looking forward to 2022. And it's not been a good year so far. 2021, New Year's Eve, worst New Year's Eve I've ever had in my entire stinking life. 50 years. Like, I was 50, so was that my 50th or 51st? It was my 51st New Year's Eve, wasn't it? Utter shite, just sat here on my own, doing no. And then New Year's Day, like, I ain't well at the minute. Got a temperature. Oh, she got Rona. She got flu Rona. Or anything new that they decide to come out with. I do have something. I have got a poor day. Got a temperature and I just feel generally like shit. And still not going out and participating in a medical experiment, but that's my choice to do, right? Your choice if you want to participate. If you want to participate, what pisses me off is that they don't tell you that it's a clinical trial that you're participating in. Other than that, I'll have no say. It's like, literally, if you want to do that, crack in. I've chosen not to. I'm poorly. And I don't care. Because I'm poorly, and like, there's this wonderful tool, if you're on Facebook, called Facebook Memories. So, like, for the last probably 2 weeks now, it's over a month, I've been checking in with my memories every day, and it's like, oh my God, I feel so shit. And they're the same symptoms that I have now. But this year, I'm not allowed to have them. I'm not allowed to be poorly. I'm not allowed to have the flu. I'm not allowed to have the seasonal discomforts that I have every single year and have done since I joined Facebook. Because going by my fucking thing, it's like it's like, this is your memory from 2020. This is your memory from 2019. And all of it, and I'm like, I feel like fucking shit. Absolutely feel like shit. So why should this year be any different? When it comes to the spring, I hopefully won't feel like shit anymore. Every winter, I have a cold that just won't take, and I don't understand why. Like, literally, I can feel it up my nose, right? And it's driving me head nuts and all of this business, but I just don't get a bunged up nose like I used to when I was younger. I don't know why. But I don't actually have a full-on cold as an adult that I used to have when I was younger. I don't get it. So obviously things are mutating, maybe. Who the fuck knows? But I am ill. I feel like crap. So if anybody wants to just send me a virtual hug, please do. Especially because I've got my brother's funeral coming up and I could fucking well do with a cuddle. And with whatever will happen after that. But for me, I know what's coming in 2022. I saw what happened in 2021, mate, and 2022 is going to be... It's going to be tough. But we need to come together and love each other and just create a bond of positivity so that we can help as many people as possible. You know, like, our love and support is what we'll keep. Because we're all made out of electricity. We're all made of energy. Every single thing in this fucking universe is made of energy. And it can either be positive energy or negative energy. And it can resonate at different frequencies. So it makes a gas, a liquid, a solid. This is made of energy. I am made of energy. This cotton bud is made of energy. And it's just resonating at different frequencies to make different stuffs. Once we realise that, we've got this beaten. Once we realise that our focus and intent, the more that we love, the more help we can do, then we've got this beat. The more of us that know that, the more help we can do. Because at the minute, they are breeding us through fear. You only have to look at the news. It's like, oh yes, deadly new flu rota. I can't say it. But they contradict themselves whilst trying to make us negative. And at the minute, they're winning on the negativity scale. Let's let 2022 be the year that we tip the balance in our favour, we switch that light on, we basically love. That's what will end this spiritual war that we're in. Sounds a bit deep. It is, because we are in a spiritual war. That's exactly what we're living through now. So we have to keep the heart positive. We need to keep loving, and we need to keep sharing light. If you disagree with somebody, say, we disagree, and move on. There's no need to argue. We are not the bad guys. They are. Them guys up there, they're the bad guys. Not me, not you, not the fucking people who own YouTube, not the people who own Facebook, the geezers who tell them what to do. They're the bad guys, the people that nobody ever see. That's who we're after. That's who's coming down. And the only way that they'll come down is if we shine the light from below, and literally they've got no shadows to hide in anymore. So let's do it. Let's make 2020 that year that we do that thing. That we come together, that we learn to love each other, that we learn that right from the beginning, we've all been on the same side. We don't want to hurt each other. We don't want to fucking, you die, you bastard. We've been told by them that that's how we should look at each other. I don't even want them to die. I just want them publicly taken off to, they can have their own island. All the luxuries that they could ever need, just not around us, not making our decisions. They can live their life in the lap of luxury. Everything they've ever had, give it to them. Because once their trillions of numbers are taken out of their hands, we can still afford to lavish them with luxury, but everybody else on the planet will have a good quality of life. Let's talk it out amongst ourselves and make 2022 make some sense. Love you all and Happy New Year. Bye.